Hey, friends. I just want to give you just a quick heads up about this episode. Both my children are in it. My daughter, Elaine, who's 16, my son, Edward, who is 6. They've been dying to do a show. Chris could not join us. He lost his power that day. Steve ended up filling in at the last minute just to basically give somebody on the other end for the kids to be able to talk to somebody because they just wanted the full experience. Totally throughout the rules. We did a movie called Turbo, which was from 2013, and just basically it was just like a bring your kids to work day type of thing. See, both of my children are in the autism spectrum. I don't always like to I'm not ashamed of it. I don't walk away and hide it. I don't basically broadcast it either. Like you can tell during the episode, I don't even mention it once the thing is going. It's one of those things I don't always like to label them, but at the same time, I feel like it's responsible to bring awareness. So just, get it out there. Autism awareness is important. And so, yeah, we have a great life and we live a normal life, and, it's something that we deal with, but it's nothing too extreme. So we're very thankful, and I take what we have over many other people have. Other people have it way worse. So I got to say I'm very, very lucky, and I hope you enjoy the show.
You're listening to The Film Crickets with Jay Fortier and Chris Martineau and Edward and Elaine and Wendy and their dog and their neighbors and maybe even a squirrel in the backyard. The Film Crickets are on now.
All right. Hey, friends. My name is Jay Fortier. I'm along with my good friend,
Steve Lavoie.
Chris Martineau.
No, Chris Martineau is not here today. What did you say about Chris Martineau?
He lost his powers.
He lost his what?
He lost his powers.
Right, well, yeah.
Yep, that's the bad news. Sorry, everybody.
Chris lost his power, but what Edward has been saying for the last, this is my son Edward and my daughter Elaine.
Hello.
It's basically
Hello.
bring your kids to work day for the podcast. And
Edward.
Thank God my friend Steve was able to join us, even though he, basically didn't get a chance to watch the movie, because I found out probably within the last like hour or two that Chris lost his power.
It was bad last time at like 3 hours before. This one was like, hey, in 45 minutes, what are you doing?
Right. Well, knowing full well, I was like, well, today's movie is not like,
Excuse me, Daddy.
Yes, sir.
Can I talk about Turbo?
Oh yeah, we will.
Well, wow.
We will.
We got
that's the point.
An impatient
today we're going to be
guest is
talking
what we
about
have. Impatient guest today.
What's that?
We have an impatient guest today.
Oh yeah. This guest means business.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hey,
today.
Steve.
Hold
Hey,
on, buddy.
Steve.
Yeah. But what did you say earlier about Chris? You said he lost his powers.
Yeah.
Not his power. So apparently I had a superhero for a sidekick, and I had no idea.
He's in his basement right now. He's like staring at the kryptonite in his closet. He's losing all powers. He's like, ah.
Yeah. So listen, here's
Daddy.
the deal. Yes, we will talk about Turbo. Hold on. Yeah. So we we ended up. So every week, and you've seen like bits and pieces, and maybe what I might do at the end is grab a couple of clips of Edward interrupting the show. Like you've seen it a couple times.
What are you telling to me?
So hold on, buddy. You gotta not block me here.
Why did you say so long, Edward?
All right. So what happens is sometimes Edward freaks out because he notices that he's like, "Are you going to do the film crickets?" I do it in my basement, and then sometimes I'm just like, "No, just going downstairs because I'm doing laundry or something." And he's like, "Are you going to do the film crickets?" Right? He wants to be a part of the show so badly.
That's where
and
all the
she's always
magic
asking
happens.
to be a part of the show. Right. So this week we had a guest that couldn't be here, and I basically said, "All right, we'll do it this week because you guys are just dying to do it." And so, like, we're making a special occasion this week.
You're
and
actually throwing
I
out
wasn't
all
gonna-
the rules too. I mean, so usually it's 80
Oh,
to
yeah.
99.
Now, I
So
wanna
this
talk to
movie
Turbo.
is a newer movie.
I want to talk about
Hey,
20
he's talking about Turbo.
Let's
right
see,
now, right?
20. I have it up here somewhere.
2009 maybe.
2013. 2013
No,
is what
I
they're
I
saying.
want. I want to talk about Turbo.
We
So
will.
this
We
one
will.
probably is the most modern movie you've done on the show since starting the show. I think everything's been within 80 to 99.
Oh,
so
we've never.
nothing in the 2000s.
We've crossed over into 78 for Halloween, but we also found a loophole that it was in 1981. This one, it's like what? I'm already breaking. I got
breaking
kids
every
going,
cricket
so
rule
like-
out there. Yeah.
Right. So what I said was, let's forget the apps. Like, pick anything you want, Edward, because Edward doesn't have, as you can tell, he's a busy dude, right? Are you a busy guy?
Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
Yep, and he's a wild child.
That's all right.
He's a
good
wild
boy.
child.
Wild.
I'm a wild kid.
I can
Yes.
tell through the lens. Yeah.
No, I want to talk about Turbo.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this guy has been all right. He's
Well,
been dying to do this
so-
all weekend. Are we doing the film crickets yet?
Well, so one thing I'm looking at in Turbo is now I have not seen the film, so Edward is really going to have to be good at telling me about what this is about. Now,
All right.
what I did see is that there's a lot of known actors and actresses in this film. Lot
Yes.
of people that
Chock
you've
full.
seen in other films.
Yeah, it's loaded. It's got Ryan Reynolds, also known as Deadpool, and Samuel L. Jackson,
Paul
and-
Giamatti.
Yeah. Yes, Paul Giamatti's awesome. So yeah, quite a few.
And Ken.
Steve.
Ken Jeong, yeah.
Steve.
Yo, yeah.
Steve's
What's up, man?
not in the Turbo movie.
Steve.
Edward.
No, he's just asking Steve.
I'm not in the Turbo movie. No.
Steve.
What's up, Edward?
Who is Pardramani? Who is Pardramani?
Well,
Oh,
he's in Turbo.
very good
Paul Giamatti. Yeah, he has a role in the movie you watched, Turbo. What character is he, Jay?
He's the brother.
Now can
Okay.
I
Paul
talk?
Giamatti is the brother. I can't think of the brother's name. Right? Do you have the list of characters?
I'm gonna bring it up here. Yeah, I'm trying to find that out.
You
All
know,
right, let's see
Turbo's brother, Paul Giamatti. He played Turbo's brother. He's like
Yeah.
purple,
Yeah, and
right? Was he
Yeah,
purple?
and the Mexican guy called him as his girlfriend.
Yeah, because there's an adult that grabs them and he already has like a snail racing game and basically the snails would probably go at
Hey,
like
Daddy.
2 seconds
So-
an hour.
Daddy.
So his name
two
is
inches an hour.
his name
I
is
want to
Chet.
talk about Turbo.
So he's
Yeah,
Turbo's
we're talking about Turbo
Turbo's
right now.
older brother,
But
Chet.
what about me? I want to talk
Chad?
about. I
Chet.
want to talk about Turbo.
Oh, Chet.
Chet. Yeah.
All right,
So
so,
he's
go ahead,
yeah,
buddy.
that's who.
Go-
Paul.
let's hear Edward's take on Turbo because he's dying to talk about. All right, you tell me about Turbo. Tell everybody about Turbo.
Yeah, Turbo. He's a snail and he goes fast.
Dude, that is the best summary
You know, I like
I've
that.
ever
No, really.
heard.
No, see, no.
IMDb has nothing on you.
I'm going to tell you. Sometimes you do a show and you spend hours talking about something, and I never understand at the end what you watched. But that, in 3 words or less, really sums it up. I don't even have to see the show now.
That's
That's
right.
good.
He's dreaming about being a racer. The turbo snail. He's watching TV at night, like in some sort of yard, an old TV, and he's always watching the Indy 500 or different things like that. And this is one racer he likes. Anyways, one day but he's like a dreamer, so he gets kicked out of his crew. That's like always trying to they're always trying to eat tomatoes and stuff like that, and he's always causing problems. So they kick him out, and he ends up getting sucked into some sort of a hot rod vehicle, and he ends up going through their like nitrous oxide or whatever, ends up getting like super speed, and is able to. Then eventually,
Super speed?
yeah, eventually when he comes across this, basically a guy who owns a taco stand, ends up him and his friends are racing snails as like a side thing, and he doesn't realize that he's got superpowers, just like Chris. And
So
he ends up
so far
going to the Indy 500.
So far, you mentioned racing, which is really cool. You mentioned tacos, which I love tacos, so that's really cool. And you mentioned snails. Snails maybe not so cool, but you mentioned a lot of cool stuff. So Ryan Reynolds plays Turbo. He's the voice actor for Turbo, correct? Because when we say these actors are in Turbo, they are all just voice actors. You don't actually see them, right? Edward, is this like a cartoon or something, or what is this?
It's like 3D animation, kind of.
Okay.
Yep, just like Toy Story would be.
No,
And
I'm a
B-movie.
6-year-old child.
I know, I know you're a 6-year-old child. We're asking about the movie
Yeah.
Turbo.
Edward,
And about-
Edward,
is
you're
it-
not a
is it
cartoon. Yeah, Edward, you're not a cartoon. I could tell that.
Right.
So
He's
you're not-
animated though.
claymation, like Gumby? No.
He's very animated. That's for sure.
Yeah, he is. He's very animated. I can tell. So this is like a Toy Story type movie, and we have tons of actors that. Would you recognize the voice when you hear them come on? Like, is this very noticeable that this is who it is?
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson is unmistakable.
Yeah, I would say.
Snoop Dogg is in it too.
Especially
Snoop
when
Dogg
they're
is in it.
dropping the F-bombs, I'm sure. No?
Yeah, it's Turbo
wanna
NC-17.
I want to keep talking about Turbo.
We're talking about Turbo right now.
Well, I am.
All right, you're gonna tell more about Turbo? Go ahead.
Yeah. So that's a kid saying, "Whoa, that snail is fast."
That's right.
So the snail is fast because he has a dream about being fast.
Anyway, well, when he goes to the Indy 500, they want to say, they're trying to enter him in, and everybody's laughing. So he takes off and goes around, and they start realizing. And a little kid is basically videoing on his phone and says, "Whoa, that snail is fast!" And it becomes a viral hit on like YouTube. And the guy who runs the Indy 500 can't escape everybody going, "Let him race." Let him, because everybody's
And they made a music song about it too.
right. It's almost like in the you know how like Songify this.
Yeah.
You know how you've seen that where like they'll hear Brady's like talking doing a press conference. And they turned it into a song. So they turned it like a little hip hop or like a. Basically a techno type of song with the kids saying, "Whoa, that snail is fast! Wow, that snail is fast!"
Now was that an actual song that was released? Like, would that be on the soundtrack?
Good question. Probably they probably did it just. All right, Edward, you stay on one side, I stay on the other. Okay.
Yeah, but you're really stealing. I'm trying to steal the spotlight.
I'm like a ventriloquist.
Stay on the other too.
Edward, just keep moving your mouth.
Yeah. You're not gonna pop him down and then have the other guy come out. Who's the angry guy there? What was his name? I can't think of it right now. The hot
The guy
tamale
from Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff
Dunham?
Dunham, yeah. Who's Walter?
Yeah.
Walter. Yeah, that's it. Walter. You're not gonna pop Edward down and Walter's gonna come out, is he?
Right. This is my most realistic guy.
So Edward, you got to see in this Turbo film a snail racing around a racetrack. Is that what you're saying? I didn't see it, so you got to tell me.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that was the
but
Indy
at the
500.
end-
Okay.
We can talk about other parts.
But
But
was
yeah,
he racing
at
other
the
cars?
end-
There was a snail versus cars?
Was he
Yep.
racing cars, Edward?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And at the end, when it was coming close, what were you saying at the end when you thought, when it was coming close to the end of the race?
Well, I I was so excited and happily ever after because Turbo wins.
Turbo wins.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Tuck
it was-
and roll.
Well, it's always cool, Edward. When you have the character that nobody has faith in, and they can show that they can rise to the top and win. That's always the best stories. Those are always the best stories. Absolutely. So, Edward, you got to tell me more about this story, man. I'm seeing snails. I'm seeing race cars. I'm seeing a snail win the race. But there had to have been a lot of stuff in between. So what happens in between?
What happens in between?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? A guy. Does a guy run a taco truck?
Please, let's talk about the
Taco
taco
truck?
truck.
Yeah, the guy who runs the taco truck.
Bros Tacos? Is
Bro-
that what it's called?
I don't know.
Bros Tacos?
Yeah, I believe you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, I think that's what the name of the place is.
Edward, do you like tacos?
Tacos. Raining tacos.
Okay. That was the taco
Yeah, that's
close-up
my
right
favorite
there.
food, tacos.
Yeah,
For
so
the 3D people?
that's cool. That's
Sorry
cool.
about that.
So the
I'm sorry.
so they have a taco truck. Was he like tomato? What was he? What was his?
No,
did
he wasn't
talk?
an actual. No, it was a guy who owned a taco truck.
Okay.
Who ends up grabbing the snails and sees how fast Turbo is and decides to enter him into the Indy 500. So even though he can't talk to him, there's some sort of like a
Daddy.
silent communication between the two,
Daddy.
and they end up going to
Daddy.
the Indy 500 together.
Excuse me, Daddy.
What? Okay. I apparently I'm missing a point here. Go ahead. Tell everybody what's going on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I just found a new movie called Turbo Fast.
Well, that's not a movie, but it's called Turbo Fast, but it's
Yeah.
actually a
A
TV show. Right.
Oh, now is that
That's
a,
based on the movie.
I was gonna say, is it a spin-off from the movie? So the movie
Yes.
came out 2013, Turbo, and now they have a TV show. And where can that TV show be located? Where is that?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. So on Netflix.
They're both on Netflix.
Oh, they're both
Yeah.
on Netflix. Okay. So on Netflix, you can see the
Yeah.
TV show. How many episodes are they on now? Do we know?
I want to say it's like 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
Oh, wow.
I don't think
Ooh, I
they're.
don't know. Good question.
I don't think they're on Netflix.
Well,
The
now-
authority has spoken, and now it's no
Now-
longer on. It just got pulled from Netflix.
Well, what you've done, Edward, is you've given the audience a task and a homework assignment. Now we're going to have to see, is it really truly on Netflix? I won't be able to go to bed tonight without knowing
All right,
this.
hold on, monkey. Yeah, so
Daddy.
it just got pulled.
Excuse
from
me,
Netflix.
Daddy.
What?
Stop calling me monkey.
Oh, okay, you're right, Edward. My bad.
So, all right, so now,
Yeah.
so you like Turbo so much. How many times have you seen Turbo?
Gonna block you.
Hey, Edward, how many times have you seen Turbo? How many times have you seen the movie?
Twice?
Actually,
Million times.
no,
A million.
Well, I'm gonna subtract that by a lot and say 1.
Oh,
Million.
Yep.
I saw it 2 times. Like, one before we went to Sesame Place in Hershey Park, and the other one from yesterday.
okay. Now,
So
did you
basically, yeah, a
did
little
you
bit.
see the movie when it first came out?
No,
No.
we attempted it once, her and I, but that didn't. We never finished it,
Okay.
so it's like it was just left undone.
How long?
But if
How
you-
long
if
is the
you-
movie? Do we have that? I probably
an hour and a half.
find that. So let's see the movie here. It says,
Oh, goodies. And I love Sesame Place.
Right.
And Hershey Park.
Mm-hmm. Our recent vacation, yeah.
Sesame Place. Hershey Park, Sesame Place. Hershey Park, Sesame Place.
let's see if I can. 96 minutes.
Just so you know, this episode is brought to you by Hershey Park and Sesame Place
Sesame
and a taco truck.
Sesame Place.
So it says here, it says here that the movie is 96 minutes. The budget was $127 million. It it made 282 million, but isn't it funny? Think about that, $127 million to make this animated film.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, it's real. I mean, do they shoot on location anywhere, or is it totally animated?
Oh yeah, 100% animated.
Yeah.
I don't. I wonder if it's like the tech, that just costs a lot, and plus they pay for all that talent. Oh, that's a lot of voice talent.
Well, that's the thing. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure the voice talent alone probably. I mean, these are all well established.
Yeah, even Bill Hader's in it. I can't think of it.
Oh, Ken Jeong, is that it? Am I saying it right?
Ken Jeong,
the doctor. Yes, he's in there, and
yeah, he plays a woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He plays like a little
very
woman.
Silly.
Yeah, like it's just the way it's funny.
I know exactly who this is.
He's a very
Right.
universal actor. Definitely, he can play a lot of different roles. Yeah.
And some people still get surprised to learn that he's actually a doctor.
Which he really is.
Yeah,
real
and
life.
also,
Yeah. He was a doctor that did stand-up comedy as a
Stress
side
relief.
project.
It was. I thought it was stress relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needed something
Yeah.
to take. Yeah, because he was too serious and he didn't want to be that serious in life. And I think his father wanted him to be a doctor. I think if that was. And he says, you know what, I'll do it, but he wanted to be an actor, but he's in a lot of things. So yeah, definitely that list of characters is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think they asked him to. I think I'm 90% sure his debut was in Knocked Up.
I think you're right. Yes, yeah, he was very
And
good
then
in that
they
movie.
picked him up from that, and they brought him onto stuff like Hangover and whatever, and that obviously he took it to the next level. Going ballistic, jumping out of a trunk, stuff like that.
That was definitely I was not ready for that character. I was like, whoa, that's totally different than what he played previously. Yeah.
Ken is on The Masked Singer and also on The Masked Dancer.
Okay.
So they just mentioned. On a side note, they just mentioned how we just went to Sesame Place in Hershey Park, and we drove all the way to Sesame first, which is a 6-hour drive in Pennsylvania, and after the 3 days at Sesame, we went to Hershey Park, which is like an hour and a half away. So anyways, so we go to Hershey, and it's a blast. And Edward wanted to ride every roller coaster on the planet, and he's too small, like for a lot of them. So like
I remember those days. Like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was, trust me.
What's that?
I remember like those days like it was yesterday, and it was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
It seems like I'm just never this high. I don't know. It's weird. And it seems like the guy's arm lifts higher and higher every year. I remember being a kid.
It's not a standard.
Yeah.
He actually just holds it and sees you coming and goes, no.
Well,
Holds it higher.
It definitely felt like that growing up with my brother. My brother was a little taller than me, a little older, and he could do the rides. And I literally would be on my tippy toes going, no, see, I make it. And I'd have to watch him do the ride because I wasn't tall enough. And it seemed like the story of my life because every year I just wasn't tall enough. And so it was like a big achievement to finally get there and go, wow, I'm actually tall enough. I can go on the ride. So I know you're feeling, Edward. I get it, man.
And then on the way home, we had a wonderful drive home, which is it's always fun to go home, right? Like that drive, like it's like there's nothing exciting except you are happy to go home, but it seems like every time that you go home, you hit major traffic, so it's all bumper to bumper. It's usually better on the way because you plan ahead and you leave early at like 3 a.m. or
See,
whatever.
I was gonna say it goes by faster, but so I thought like usually when you're going back, it seems quicker than when getting there because you're so
not for us because like it seems like forever. We always seem to time it so we hit like all right, 5 o'clock traffic, right around. It's like no. So basically, from New York all the way up until
Connecticut.
to Massachusetts, all the way home. He asked repetitively,
Hey.
"Can we go to the Statue of Liberty?" let me tell you something. That's like a 4-hour question.
Yeah.
That's a lot to get
Yeah.
that. And no matter how often I said we can't,
Statue.
it didn't matter.
Statue.
Yeah. And like I said to you, Jay, at one point, after Ghostbusters, I'm not even convinced the statue's still there. They had her walking down the street. They had headphones on her, and she was dancing down the street.
2.
Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, so I'm not even sure if the statue's even there.
I told him, I said, eventually, like in a couple of years, we'll try. But when we're driving by, and that's not our intention, we're not driving through the city to go get to it. Because I don't know anything about that city as far as driving. Not going to happen. We're taking a train.
Good way to add
And
another 4 hours to your commute.
Right. We're already heading home. We're just stopping in at the statue, which won't even allow us to go in because, like, you have to make an appointment like in advance.
Why is it when
a couple months now?
Why is it when I think of your trips, I think of National Lampoons and Clark saying, "Look, guys, Big Ben." Yeah, we know.
Right.
We know.
The
Parliament. Big Ben. The Parliament.
Right. Yeah. No, it's fun. Just once you get past all the him being goofy, but he's a love bug anyway.
Goofy.
Right, goofy.
So
listen,
obviously the whole goal of this show on the Film Crickets, right, Edward, is that we look at a movie and we say, did we like the movie? Does it stand the test of time? So what did you think? Do you think this movie is pretty realistic? Do you think that a snail could win a car race? Do you think does it say that what does it say about, does it say that no matter what you have chances? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a snail or a car, or does it say to you that no matter where you are in life that there's a chance? Is that, I mean, what's the movie? Is that kind of what we're talking about? Yeah, Elaine, why don't you tell me?
Yes, I like the movie a lot.
Okay, you like the movie, and you
Yeah.
and you think that 7 years later, does the movie still, is it the same? Would it be the same message? You think that the message works, and you think the movie still is relevant to today? Yeah.
Sure.
Hold your arms
Cool.
just like you showed
Cool. So the movie, it sounds like they take a snail, which we often make fun of snails for being so slow, and the snail wins the race. So basically, it basically says don't give up, right? So no matter where you are in life, whatever you want to do, you have a chance of doing. Is that kind of the message behind the movie?
Yeah. That's what his brother says.
Oh, his brother says that. Okay, so that's
Yep,
what
and then
Chet
he
says.
says-
Okay.
Yep, and then he says, tuck and roll! Tuck and roll!
Yes, because that's
'Cause,
very important.
Well, and that's how he ended up winning the race, because the guy in the car just like hurt him, but the car was also messed up. So the guy's pulling the car with his feet, trying to get past Turbo, and then Turbo tucks and rolls over the edge.
All I can think of is Will Ferrell tuck and roll Talladega Nights when he's on fire.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, shake and bake.
Oh, stop, drop, and roll.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yes. So we do the final judgment. Elaine says yes, this movie would stand the test of time today. She liked it. And now, Edward, it's your turn. This is your chance to tell the audience if it stands the test of time. So did you think, this is final judgment, do you think someone watching this movie 7 years later now, does it still have the same meaning? Did it make sense to you? And right now you think they could pop this movie in and like the movie. Is that true? Is that what you think?
I think so.
Well, that's good. That's
All
good.
right.
Do you think a snail
That's
could win
Yeah.
a car race? This is important questions
I
here.
think so.
Would a snail win a car race?
I think so.
All right, because it sounds like you guys were at a snail's pace getting home from your vacation. So, but you're saying now a snail's pace after watching this movie is turbo. This is fast.
Yes. Right?
Yes.
And
Wow.
so do you want to,
I wanna
did you
talk
want
about the movie.
Well, you
I
already
wanna-
did. So hurry up. Tell them about the movie. Go ahead.
I
I want to talk.
Go ahead. Talk about the movie.
So,
Go ahead. Say it.
what do you think about the Taco Man?
Well, see, I didn't see the movie, but I will say anything with tacos is a good thing. I mean,
Right.
Yeah,
you
but-
can't go wrong with tacos. In fact, they say it's usually Taco Tuesday. I say it's taco every day.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
What do you
Good
think
point.
of Taco Man?
Yeah, he just said he likes it.
What do you
and
think?
That's what he was saying. Now, Edward, to
What?
wrap things up, do you want to do the theme song like you always do? And you can also do the intro.
Yeah, what now?
Just
Edward,
like you learned.
So you know that I do the intro voices. What would you say if you were me? What would you say on the intro? Would you say anything different?
And Steve.
Oh yeah, you'd have to
he said,
include me.
"And
That's
Steve." There you
absolutely.
go.
See, there you go. Absolutely, because I don't include myself in the intro. That is cool. See, absolutely. So, all right. So why don't you
So
do
you
it,
want to show him?
including my name?
So do you want to do it like you do and say it's time for do what you do?
It's time for the Film Crickets with Jay Fortier and Chris Martineau and Steve
And what else? Now the other thing that you do.
and Edward and Elaine and and Wendy and their dogs and their neighbors and maybe a squirrel in the backyard. The Film Crickets are on now.
I've been replaced.
He even hears your tones because like are on now.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how to say it.
I'm in the Film Cricket Show because someday I want to pick the movie.
Right.
Like the movie that I've been thinking about that I want to pick is the one that my dad doesn't like, which is called Never-Ending Story.
No, it's fine.
But that is
in the old days.
that's in the time frame. I mean, that was probably 1987, around that time.
Sure.
86, 80 something. Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's definitely
maybe
that would
just a
fit.
little bit earlier.
That would definitely fit
Oh,
the
yeah,
program.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh no, I don't hate it. It's just like sometimes I'll watch it, and
catchy song.
fall asleep or something.
Catchy song.
Just,
that
you know.
was the
Oh
song.
yeah. Yep. Go ahead, sing a song like you always do.
When you play it.
Well, no, but can you sing it for him first, and then we'll play it?
All
So
right.
so
Okay.
make sure.
I'll
Well,
sing it
right.
right now.
how would we watch the Film Crickets? Do you know?
By
okay.
clicking that like button and the subscribe button and click the bell icon.
Wow, very informative. Yes, so a like button is very good. Also, you can get a hold of the Film Crickets by. Does anyone know the web address?
Okay. I'll sing.
Facebook.
I'll
No,
just
all right.
sing.
So we're on Facebook, we're
I'll
on
just sing
Twitter,
the Film
and you
Crickets
can
right
reach us
now.
at filmcrickets8099@gmail.com.
I'll just-
And
I'll just
please
sing-
like and subscribe on YouTube, and you
I'll
can
just
just
sing the Film
check. Yep,
Crickets.
you are. You ready? You can. As soon as you're done, we're gonna end the show.
So
go
you
ahead.
never know.
Okay.
You never know what
Coming
the
in
show's going to
5,
have.
4, 3,
Oh, here we go.
2, 1. Film crickets dripping about movies. Get the film thumbs up and it's got a tether. Guess nuts consequences by the movies. Film crickets dripping about, dripping about, dripping about, dripping about. Film crickets dripping about movies. It's time for the Film Crickets with Jay Fortier and Chris Martineau and Edward and Elaine and Wendy and their dog and Steve and their dogs and their neighbors or maybe a squirrel in the backyard. The film crickets are on now.
All right. That's pretty good. That's really good. I think that maybe that should be the intro. I think that we could maybe make that the intro. But you guys did a good job. I feel now that I have watched this film, I feel that, or if maybe I will check this out. Now that I've heard your review on it, I think it's good. I think it stands the test of time. And I think this is one that every kid can watch maybe on their way down to Hershey Park or wherever they're going this vacation time. And I think
and Sesame Place.
That's right. You can watch it, yes, on your way to Sesame Place. So good job. Thank you. You never know what you're going to see in the Film Crickets.
Hey, Steve.
Thank you guys for watching, and now it's time to pay the price.
No, that's the. That's the.
Okay,
that
guys.
goes for you, Mom.
Okay.
Now I'm scared.
Right,
I want to say
all right,
something.
say your thing, but then I'll explain what that means after.
So, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and like a notification and hit that bell button.
Okay.
Bye.
Now, one other thing is what she just did. There's a popular YouTuber named Tim Tracker, and he's basically out of like Orlando, Florida. He'll go to all the theme parks in the area, and what he'll do is that's his like out line.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
And now it's time to pay the price. Like it's just
And
like some
now
sort of some sort of line
Daddy,
to say at the end, and then sometimes
wasn't
like
finished yet.
I know, hold on, and then fans will actually say it.
Time to help.
Right, he did do Now It's Time to Help, which was
For COVID-19.
well, also just other charities. But it was just funny that she just added that. So we are not Tim Tracker, if you can't tell. But
Well, let me ask you this: if you wanted to pay the price, what charity, Elaine, would you say would be a good charity? What if you wanted people to help out a charity, would there be a charity that you like?
Wait.
Oh, I don't know.
I have it.
what about Autism Speaks?
No, I have a
Oh,
song.
yeah, that.
I have a song.
And I want my mom to get some money
Daddy.
after her job.
Excuse me, Daddy. I wasn't finished yet.
Okay, I know you weren't, but
Okay,
just
but
geez.
Daddy,
By
Daddy,
the way,
Daddy,
disregard. We are
Daddy,
not begging.
Daddy.
All right, go ahead.
If she comes out with like a coffee can out of nowhere, like a big Folgers can, like, and I'm not kidding.
I have a song. I have a song at the end of Tim Tracker.
Yes, go ahead. All right, go ahead. One last thing. Go ahead. Go. All right, very good. Very good. I guess on that note, we shall say goodbye from the Film Crickets.
See you later.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye.
Crickets, chirping about movies.